I kind of felt like I had so many ideas, and I tried to put them all into one composition, and that made it very heavy and dense. I realized it's actually very beneficial when you give something an identity in terms of giving it enough space to breathe rather than giving it a stem. It's much nicer to kind of play with those contrasts and kind of see where it goes, and to kind of also bring out the little things that usually get sort of taken away by overproducing it or thinking about it too much. I guess the minimal kind of identity came mainly with the combination of classical instrumentation and a sort of more contemporary electronic arrangement and approach. The most recent release that we just put out is the one with Lubomyr Melnyk, a Ukrainian pianist and composer, and very much a pioneer of a musical style that he describes as continuous music. It looks like this.
Yeah, with Lubomyr, it was most of our artists are quite strong about what they want with the artwork, whereas with Lubomyr he was quite relaxed. He was quite open to the idea of us bringing forward ideas. But it literally was us walking past a Bon Iver poster every day, seeing it, and one day I think we walked really close to it and we noticed there was a lot of detail on there, and we just naturally just contacted the artist, who then heard the music, and then he naturally just started painting and sending them to us, and it was a really natural process. And it was the artist who sort of threw a plastic bag right on the floor, and that ended up being the die cut on the front.
It's just the idea of chance, that chance is as much an element as anything that you engineer and plan.
It's really important, and it's a real expression of either the artist or what the artist wants to express.
I grew up with vinyl. I mean, like my parents kind of let go of it because of the CD player that came from space and changed everyone's life. Whereas everyone was kind of thinking that that's the best thing to have and that's the future. I was very much in love with the record collection that my dad sort of left me. And I mean, there was some records that, like, when I was young, they really changed my life, like, for instance, this Miles Davis record. Not just musically, also visually. It's like, it invites you into a different kind of world. The whole idea of the artwork and the music kind of creating something together, creating an atmosphere. This is just a 12-inch by a German band called Kraftwerk. What I like about this record is, like, that was put out in the late or early 70s even.
So much detail in this record. Like we were just saying, we're looking at the inner cover and how it tells you how to look after your vinyl, and like we'd love to do something like that at some point.
What I love about this is actually a good example that colored vinyl can A, sound amazing, and B, look timeless.
A lot of people talk about the revival of vinyl, and that's great, but I think for us, we're just, in some ways, it's just a passion that we have, and we just want to continue it forever, whether it's popular in the general public or not. But I'd say we're more in sync with our fans and what they want.
The original mountain drawing was created by a Texan artist named Chris Hernandez. I came across his work in 2007, and what I found fascinating was how he put science against art by using a seismographic disc as a canvas, which is usually used for measuring earthquakes. So when you look closer, you actually see timelines versus pressure lines, which to me embodies the constancy and timelessness that I find in the music.
yeah, they just arrived. I think really like it speaks for itself. Like you have to hold it as well. It's very rigid. It's got a good weight to it. Basically, got Felt Studios in Berlin to help us develop the packaging. What I love about this is it opens in a not standard kind of way. It holds 5 different 7 inches to coincide with the 5th anniversary. Each 7-inch contains 2 exclusive tracks. That makes altogether 10 tracks by 10 artists who are currently on the label. And there's a 6th sleeve which is holding 2 items. One is a puck. We call it the puck. I think it's got lots of names from the 60s. I like the idea that it's another sort of component that you put in the middle of the record player, and then it holds each vinyl in the right place.
Our fans, they buy vinyl all the time, and it's actually something we want to give away as well at some point on the website. But it's literally just a microfiber cloth, nothing too fancy, but I just thought just to say to the fans thank you, and also a way to take care of their vinyl. We've got a little Erase Tapes logo on there as well. But yeah, it's a good size. It's perfectly would fit into a 7-inch vinyl sleeve as well. And yeah, would clean all your vinyl, and thought it was a nice touch to have.
The box set that we want to sort of celebrate the 5th anniversary with is it's actually going to be limited to just vinyl for the first 6 months, and then people get like a download code that gets active for Christmas, and then they can download it. But until then, I very much like the idea to kind of also resonate with the whole idea of Erased Tapes, that it's limited to a certain amount of copies. And if you have it, you're one of 500 people who will listen to these tracks in those 6 months, and nobody else can. There's something beautiful about limitation and restraint.
Driving in a car and aiming real far, can I call myself a man now?